Time now to cross over to the Eastern Cape. Iviwe Poti is there. She is talking about celebrating our struggle icons. Iviwe, it's over to you.
Thank you so much, Valen. Definitely, we're still here. As you can see, a number of SUVs behind us that will be making their way through the Eastern Cape to celebrate the 100th centenary of both struggle icons, Mama Albertina Sisululu and as well as Dada Nelson Mandela. You'll remember that when we speak of heritage and the Eastern Cape, these go hand in hand very well together. And obviously, the Eastern Cape known as home of the legends. But let's speak to Advocate Mangojo to tell us a bit more in terms of how important it is to celebrate our heritage and also to showcase our heritage, especially in the Eastern Cape.
Our heritage is more than 4.2 billion years old. It doesn't start in 1652. The significance of this launch in the Eastern Cape is that Eastern Cape had the longest encounter with the British colonialists. That's why we've got a myriad of sites. Almost 100 years actually took place here. You know, Magoma, who fought in the Battle of Umthonsi, you know, and then many other sites, Fort Beaufort, area, which is now called Raymond Mhlaba, municipality, and many others. When we talk about the modern liberation struggle, the Freedom Charter, Reverend, Galata, and Craddock, and then the new mine of the Eastern Cape is heritage. So it's not a coincidence that this SUV challenge is actually here. The Heritage Council has supported it. The Home of Legends, I've already mentioned. But of course, not only that, when we talk about South Africa being the third richest country in biodiversity, the third biodiverse country in the world, Eastern Cape has got a role in that. There's Bavian's Kloof that is next door here, about 2 hours from Port Elizabeth. And then all of this form the rich heritage tapestry in the Eastern Cape. So why we're supporting this, it's important for a number of reasons. One, to expose our tourists, more especially South African nationals. Often you find situations where people are not known, in fact, are not aware. It takes a tourist from Venezuela to know what Mapungubo is, to know, for instance, where Raymond Mhlaba and who this person was. Vuisilemini, the first cadre of Mkondo Sizwe, to be hanged. Actually, it was on the 6th of November, not far from where we are, where it actually comes from. So all of these areas have become very much important. And therefore, this then ensures that, as I said, the people are aware to gain awareness about South Africa's heritage, but also to increase visitation of our heritage sites, to tourists, and more especially South African nationals. And thirdly, preservation. What is preservation element? You are talking now about fourth industrial revolution. It's possible that we're going to buy these stories, externally in South Africa, in other countries, if we don't protect and preserve them through film and through other things. That's why that is important. As we visit, you can see that we're actually capturing these stories so that we can actually protect this knowledge for the current and future generation. And we're going to escalate this, not only here in the Eastern Cape, but it starts here, so that working with other partners. Another element is actual awareness on the roads. That's why we've got RTMC being part of this. We're going to be visiting these sites, and as well as other, companies, transport department in the Eastern Cape, so that there's road awareness. The carnage has affected so many people. Eastern Cape is actually notoriously known as #1 in terms of a road accident, that has actually happened on the road. So it's a very, very important, drive, the first of its kind, which is launched today.
Thank you so much, Advocate, there for your time. Well, there we have it, Valen. Apart from giving back to various communities that they'll be stopping over throughout the Eastern Cape, all the way to Coffee Bay, also the importance of education and also, sensitizing people to the national heritage that we have and the elements of heritage that we have here in the Eastern Cape. But for now, it's back to you in studio.